Hello and welcome. My name is Brian Phillips and I'd like to welcome you to the Vincent HRD Owners Club. Our club has been formed in 1948 and has been run by enthusiastic volunteers ever since that time. We have various sections throughout the country. We have about 50 sections in total, and they are throughout the country and throughout the world. We manage therefore to meet on a regular basis at rallies and other social gatherings in all parts of the country, and we even have rallies like this one. To the background, that's being held in Austria. We love to have these rallies where we meet other people from other parts of the world. We hold an international rally every 4th year, and we've been as far afield as Australia, New Zealand, America, and throughout Europe. These rallies give us the opportunity to discuss our various machines. As a result of that, we make friends wherever we go. I'd like to emphasise that the club provides you with the opportunity to make these friends throughout the world, and it's up to each and every individual member to try and use this opportunity to its best advantage. I hope that you will enjoy your membership of the Vincent HRD Owners Club.
Hi, my name's Tim Kirker, and I just want to echo the welcome that you just had from Brian to the Vincent Owners Club. The purpose of this DVD is to give new members a bit of an introduction to the club and, if you like, some ideas on how to get the most out of it. And perhaps to illustrate that, I'll just tell you about a bit of my background. I got my first Vincent in 1975. I was surprised and amazed at the activities that went on and the fact that people took these ancient machines all over the world. I thought they must be crazy, but I was encouraged to have a go, and had a go, and here we are in Austria having a great time. But the message I perhaps want to get across is that to get the most out of the club, you've got to put something in and get involved, go and talk to people, join your local section. Again, my message is get involved, have fun, and we'll see you somewhere in the world.
Nurse grip tight, don't ask. Counts out 217 riders from the car park at the Quarterbridge Hotel in Douglas. They're heading for a Vincent-only lap of the famous TT Mountain Circuit. Not only that, the roads are to remain closed off after Manx Grand Prix practice, so there's no traffic and 38 miles of open road ahead of them. Time to go for it. 25 miles out on the TT course at Parliament Square in Ramsey, just as the travelling marshals and leading Vincent riders approach the right-angle bend. Almost home, the Vincent stream through Cronknamona.
That's it, go day.
This is Stoke Bruin on the Grand Union Canal near Northampton. It's the site of a British Waterways Museum and a pleasant canal-side pub, the perfect place to relax. Sherry was served on the Girton lawns. How could these sophisticates possibly be the same group that had last been seen in black leather on the Isle of Man TT lap? But they were, of course, and after 3 weeks of motorcycling, the riding gear was dumped in favour of sophisticated evening wear.
Philip Vincent first became actively involved with motorcycles with the design of his interpretation of a spring frame while he was at Cambridge University. And this frame, his idea, was patented in 1927. And that led up to the purchase of the HRD company some months later as a tool to market his invention. And it had these other quite forward-thinking aspects: the spring frame, dual brakes, and it was an effective machine. I mean, they in tuned form, they were known to exceed 130 miles an hour.
The Series I was obviously a development from the single. One looked at the single, and I think Mr. Vincent looked at the single and thought, we'll put another pot on here. We've got a twin, and so Irving got busy with his pencils, and the Series I was designed there.
As far as the post-war production, motorcycle production was concerned, they obviously started considering this before the end of the war, because by the time the war ended, they had formulated their ideas on what they were going to do. Irving again was involved with the basic design of this. The Black Shadow, when it was announced in February 1948, the two first machines were road tested by various people. Motorcycling road tested one particular Black Shadow, and it achieved 122 miles an hour, and it was said that a French magazine road tested the second one, and that achieved 128 miles an hour, and it had an acceleration rate of around about 6 seconds up to 60 miles an hour, which, when you consider that was the sort of performance that was achieved by the E-Type Jaguar, which didn't appear for another 11 years. The machines were tuned and did achieve quite significant speeds. In fact, they broke several world speed records in the hands of mainly Americans, and this led to the Black Lightning. Basically a machine intended for competition. It was tuned to a fairly high degree. They made approximately 30 of these.
The introduction of the Black Shadow was very much Philip Vincent's ideas.
At the end of 1954, Vincent's introduced an uprated range with the most significant improvements being to the suspension, and also the introduction of full enclosure for those who wanted full weather protection. Production of motorcycles at Vincent ceased at the end of 1955.
The Vincent was a very advanced design for its day, and still, in many ways, it still has several advanced features, but it was advanced and it was designed to be repaired. Now, modern machines aren't designed to be repaired, they're designed to be used, worn out, thrown away. But the Vincent can really go on forever, because every moving part in it is designed to be removed and replaced with a new one. A 1947 basic repeat. This is really what made Vincent's famous. This is their own design of engine. It includes their own gearbox. They're wonderful things. The Vincent engine unit is a massive affair, particularly on the twin. And because of the strength, the inherent strength of this unit, you can do away with the normal loops of frame going down. So thus the engine is bolted directly to the upper frame member, down through the rear cylinder to the rear suspension. I've always liked them since I was 18, and I think I'll like them till the day I die. They're wonderful machines.
Hello, I'm Ian Savage from the VOC Spares Company. A little bit of history to start off with. When Vincent's closed down and spare supply became a concern, the companies that took over from Vincent's spasmodically supplied spare parts. In the early 70s, the Vincent Owners Club realised that they couldn't guarantee spares into the future. So the Owners Club, along with its members, got together. They formed the VOC Spares Company Limited, employed a managing director and paid staff with the sole aim of producing spares for Vincent's for as long as Vincent's could be used. This is carried on now for over 35 years. I'm the current managing director. I brought some of the larger pieces of spares that we keep. Here is all brand new: cylinder heads, barrels, crankcases, conrods, pistons, and a gearbox jig that we've had made so we can assemble our gearbox components and ensure that they all work together correctly. We have everything from nuts, bolts, washers, screws, gaskets, through to hydraulic forks, rear frame. And in fact, a few years ago, one of the projects that the Owners Club took on with the spares company was to manufacture a brand new Vincent Black Shadow. This is a photograph of the Black Shadow that was built. That is a 2007 new manufactured Vincent. Every piece on it is new. As well as the VOC Spares Company, there are a number of independent suppliers, many of whom we supply parts to and we purchase parts from. In the USA, in Australia and in the UK, there are probably something like 20 people earning a full-time living from supplying, repairing and restoring Vincents. So no matter where you are around the world, you'll be able to get access to spare parts for your Vincent, and this means Vincents will retain their value and retain their ability to continue on the road for longer than any of us will be around. We carry a full range of all the technical books you'll require, including the Rider's Handbook, Paul Richardson's book, as well as coffee table books such as the original Vincent, Know Thy Beast and Flat Out, so you're not wanting for any technical information required for your bike or restoration information. We also have a range of club items with the club logo on, including the badges, as well as key rings, embroidered patches so you can put them on your own jackets or on tank bags, beanie hats and baseball caps appropriately logoed, a full range of clothing from fleeces, boiler suits and polo shirts. High quality range of clothing for Vincent owners to display their loyalties.
Go on, you do this. Oh, go on. Who's going to help me off?
What's this?
Rennick's latest Vincent-powered sidecar streamliner, 1650cc methanol-fueled with nitrous oxide injection. Driven by Damien Cahill, the Flying Mile was covered at an average speed of 188.9 miles an hour. John is trying for 200 miles an hour. Paul Jensen, Bishop, Choppers, working on Kurt Carlson's Black Lightning. Kurt decided on his 50th birthday to take his Black Lightning to Bonneville, one of two imported to his native country of Denmark. Sid and Matthew have prepared a twin named Lola to run in an open class. 1000cc modified partial streamlining, vintage pump gas. Months later, they were still fixing salt damage. The 1000cc twin set a record of 109 with a best one-way of 110.8, almost as fast as the 650 Comet. And Tina, a 650 Comet in the modified vintage gas class. Aaron Frank ran the Comet one-way at 110.902.
A great asset for club members is the club magazine MPH, which every club member gets. Stacked full of information about what's going on in the club. There's a diary page that tells you every event that's going on around the world, including this one we're at in Austria. There are technical articles.